Hello, Chris here. In this video, we're going to talk about extruding in Blender. First, we will talk about all the basic information and the shortcuts you need to know about the extrude tool in Blender. Then we will make these models using all that basic information and shortcuts we learned in this video. Let's get started. Extrusion is an edit mode operation. So in order to extrude faces, edges or vertices, we need to go to edit mode. We are currently in object mode. So select the cube, go to edit mode using tab. You can go to vertex, edge or face selection mode here. We are in vertex selection mode right now. If you go here, you can see a toolbar right here. If you don't have this toolbar, you can press T key to toggle on and off this toolbar. If we go here and expand this like this, then there is this option called extrude region tool. This is the extrude tool in Blender. If I click and hold this, then there is 5 options: extrude region, extrude manifold, extrude along normals, extrude individual, and extrusion to cursor. If I select this extrude region option and go to vertex selection mode and select this vertex, I can extrude this vertex using this tool like this, as you can see. If I go to edge selection mode and select this edge, I can extrude it like this, as you can see. And go to face selection mode, select this face, I can extrude this face like this using this tool, as you can see right now. If I undo this using Ctrl Z, and go to select box tool. The shortcut for extruding is E key in the keyboard. So if I select this vertex and press E in the keyboard, as you can see, I can extrude this vertex like this. So if I go to edge selection mode and select this edge, E to extrude, as you can see, it's extruding like this. And I can extrude this face, select this face by going to face selection mode and press E in the keyboard to extrude this face like this. As you can see, you can press E key in the keyboard to extrude like this. If I want to extrude this face along Z axis 1 meter, I can press E to extrude, then 1 to extrude 1 meter, then press enter. As you can see, it's extruding 1 meter like this. So you can extrude a particular face, edge or vertex by a particular number by pressing E in the keyboard to extrude, then type in that number. I'm going to type in 2.2, then press enter. This is going to extrude that face to a particular value. Instead, if I go to vertex selection mode, if I want to extrude this vertex, E to extrude, as you can see, it's moving freely like this. If I want to extrude it along the x-axis, I can press X to extrude along x-axis, then 1 to extrude 1 meter, press enter. As you can see, we can extrude a face, edge or vertex to a particular value to a particular direction by clicking that value in the keyboard. So if I want to extrude this vertex, E to extrude, Y to extrude along y-axis, then 2.2, press enter. As you can see, it's extruded 2.2 meter like this. If I select this face and press E to extrude, and halfway through I decided I don't want to extrude this face, so normally I would right click to cancel that extrusion. But if I select this face again and press G to move, as you can see, that extruded faces is still there. So if I press left click to confirm the position, as you can see, if I select this one and E to extrude and right click to cancel that movement, if I press G to move, as you can see, that extruded face is still there. So in order to cancel an extrusion, you can select this face, E to extrude, right click to cancel, then Ctrl Z to cancel that extrusion. So E to extrude and right clicking won't cancel the extrusion, but it will only cancel the movement. So in order to cancel it, you need to press Ctrl Z in the keyboard. Now if I select this one and G to move, as you can see, that extrusion is cancelled. If I go to face selection mode and select this face and press E to extrude, as you can see, we have got a problem. We don't need these two walls, as you can see like this. If I select this face and E to extrude, as you can see, it's been extruded, but this face is unwanted right now. So if I select this face and go here and select the extrude manifold option, then if I select this and click and drag, as you can see, it's being extruded and removing these walls like this. And select this, as you can see, it's being extruded and removing that walls, as you can see like this. You can bring out this menu by pressing Alt plus E in the keyboard As you can see, extrude faces, normals, individual and manifold like this. So if I go to select the box option and press Alt plus E, I can select extrude manifold to move this and extrude it like this. So select this, Alt plus E, extrude manifold. I can do it like this. So I don't have to go to this toolbar all the time. The shortcut for that is so Alt plus E, then select extrude manifold. This will extrude it like this. I go here and go to face selection mode. If I select this face and shift select this face and press E to extrude, as you can see, it's extruding like this. So if I press Ctrl C, if I want to extrude this along these faces normals, I can go here and select the extrude along normals option and select this. As you can see, it's being extruded along that faces normals. If you don't want to extrude it like this and remove this tilt, you can go to this menu and click this offset even and tick this. As you can see, it's being extruded like this. You can remove this by unticking this. So if you're wondering what normals are, you can go to this overlays and turn on this face normals, as you can see like this. So if I Ctrl Z and select these faces and press Alt plus E, then select extrude along normals. As you can see, it's extruding like this. So if I select this face, this one and this one and press Alt E, then extrude faces along normals, it's going to extrude that faces along their normals like this. So if I press Ctrl Z and turn off the face normals, I go here and select the extrude individual option. As you can see, it's going to extrude the individual faces like this. So select the box option, Ctrl Z to move this, Alt plus E, extrude faces along normals will extrude it like this. I'm gonna undo that and extrude individual faces will extrude those faces along their individual normals like this, as you can see. So if I select this and this and this, Alt plus E, extrude individual faces will extrude them like this, as you can see. I'm gonna undo this using Ctrl C. Then there is the option called extrude to cursor. As you can see, if I select this option and select this face and left click, it's going to extrude that selected face, as you can see. So if I undo this using Ctrl C and go to select box option and select this face, and I can press Ctrl and right click, do this extrusion to cursor option like this. Select this face and I can press Ctrl right click to extrude it along the cursor, as you can see like this. So I can select this, Ctrl right click to extrude it to the cursor, as you can see like this. Now if I go to object mode using tab and delete this, I'm gonna add a cylinder, shift plus A, cylinder. If I select this cylinder and go to edit mode using tab, I'm gonna add two loop cuts like this and select this face loop using alt and left clicking. If I press E to extrude, it's going to extrude it like this, and press S to scale, it's going to extrude it like this. As you can see, it's going to extrude it and scale at the same time like this. If I press Ctrl C to undo this and press E to extrude, S to scale, Shift Z to not to scale among Z axis, as you can see, it's going to extrude it like this. I'm gonna add two loop cuts here and select this face loop like this, then press Alt plus E, then select extrude faces along normals, it's going to extrude it like this. And if I select Alt plus E and extrude individual faces, it's going to extrude that individual faces like this, as you can see. If I select this face and shift to select this face and press E to extrude and right click to cancel the movement and S to scale, Shift Z to not to scale among Z axis and scale it like this. If I want to make a hole in the middle of this cylinder, I can select these two faces and press F3 to bring out the search menu and type in bridge. Then select this bridge edge loops option. This will make a hole by bridging those two faces, as you can see, like this. This is useful if you want to make a hole in the middle of your model like this. Now we're gonna make all these models using the skills we just learned. Let's get started. Select the cube, go to edit mode using tab. Now we need to place loop cuts in this model. So Ctrl plus R to place a loop cut. Increase the number to 2 using mouse scroll wheel, left click, right click to cancel the movement. Make sure the pivot point is median point. S to scale, X to scale among x-axis, 2.4, press enter. Do the same on the other side. Ctrl plus R, increase to 2, left click, right click, S to scale, Y to scale among y-axis, 2.4, enter. Then Ctrl plus R, increase to 2, left click, right click, S to scale, Z to scale among z-axis, 2.4, enter. Now that we got all the loop cuts, we're gonna make our crate. So go to face selection mode, Alt and left click on this one, Shift Alt and left click on this edge, and this edge. Select these face loops and select these face loops too. Now we need to extrude this. So Alt plus E, extrude faces along normals and extrude it like this. If you want to correct this tilt, you can go here and click this offset even. But I am not going to do that. I like this tilt here. Now we need to add loop cut here. Ctrl plus R, increase to 2, left click, right click to cancel. Do the same here. As you can see, it's looking good. Now we need to select the middle faces. So select this one, shift to select this one, and shift to select this one. Then we're gonna select these faces, then these ones like this. Now Alt plus E, extrude faces along normals and extrude it like this. As you can see, it's like this. Then go here and change this to individual origins. Then press S to scale and scale it like this. As you can see, we got our crate right now. You can make this more interesting by going to here and turning on the cavity and increasing the ridge and valley like this. As you can see, it's looking good now. Now we got our first crate. Now we need to add a cylinder. Shift plus A, cylinder, G to move, X to move along x-axis and place it here. Now we need to select this face loop. So Alt and left click on this edge to select the face loop. Now select this face to make it the active object. Then go here and select, check a deselect. This will select one and deselect one, as you can see. Now Alt plus E, extrude faces along normals. This will extrude them like this. If I press S to scale, as you can see, it's going to scale it like this. Now we got an interesting looking cylinder. Now Shift plus A, we're gonna add another cylinder. G to move, X to move along x-axis, place it here. Alt and left click here, select this. We need to rotate this, select this face, R to rotate, Z to rotate among Z axis, 20 to rotate 20 degree, enter. Now select this face loop, select, check a deselect, Alt plus E, extrude faces along normals and extrude it like this. Then S to scale and scale it like this. As you can see, we got an interesting looking propeller right now. I think it's a propeller. I don't know. We can make another one. Shift plus A, cylinder, G to move, X to move along x-axis, move it here. Select this, R to rotate, Z to rotate 30, enter. Then select this face loop. Select, check a deselect, Alt plus E, extrude individual faces and extrude it like this. So you can see it's looking good. S to scale, Shift C to not scale among z-axis and scale it like this. S to scale and scale it like this. Now we got another one like this. Now we're gonna make our barrel. So Shift plus A, cylinder, G to move, X to move it to here. Now we need to add loop cuts. So Ctrl plus R, increase to 2, left click, right click. Ctrl plus R, select this one, move it here. Ctrl plus R again, left click, move it here. Now we need to select this face loop. Go to face selection mode, Alt left click to select this face loop, Shift Alt left click to select this one, Alt plus E, extrude faces along normals and extrude it like this. Now S to scale, Z to scale among Z axis and scale it like this. Now S to scale again and scale it to here. Now select this face, Shift to select this face. S to scale and scale it to here. Now Alt plus E, extrude individual faces and right click to cancel the movement. S to scale and scale it to here. Since we are in the individual origins, we don't need to worry about it. Alt plus E, extrude individual faces and extrude it like this. Now it's looking good. Now S to scale and scale it inwards. Now we got an interesting looking barrel. We need to add a loop cut here. Ctrl plus R, left click, right click, S to scale and scale it to here. Now we got a barrel right now. Now we're gonna make our pyramid. So Shift plus A, plane, G to move, X to move and move it to here. Now S to scale this a little. Now E to extrude and extrude it to here, as you can see. Then E to extrude, right click to cancel, S to scale and extrude it like this. Then E to extrude again, E to extrude, right click to cancel, S to scale and extrude it to here. E to extrude, E to extrude, right click to cancel, S to scale and extrude it to here. E to extrude it to here, S to scale and scale it like this. Now that we got this, go to face selection mode, Alt and left click on this edge, Shift select these three face loops like this. Now Alt plus E, extrude individual faces and extrude it a little like this. Now S to scale and scale it like this. Now we got an interesting looking pyramid like this. Now we're going to add an icosphere, Shift plus A, icosphere, G to move, X to move along x-axis, move it to here. Go to face selection mode. Since all these faces are selected, Alt plus E, extrude individual faces and extrude it like this. Now that's looking good. Add another one, Shift plus A, icosphere, G to move, X to move along x-axis, move it to here. Now Alt plus E, extrude individual faces, extrude it like this, S to scale. Since we are in the individual origins, this is going to look like this. Now we're going to add another one, Shift plus A, icosphere, G to move, X to move along x-axis, move it here. Alt plus E, extrude individual faces, move it inwards like this, S to scale and scale it like this to get an interesting looking icosphere like this. Now we're gonna add a UV sphere, Shift plus A, UV sphere, G to move, X to move and move it to here. Now Alt plus E, extrude individual faces and extrude it like this. S to scale and scale it to make a sphere like this. It's looking good. Shift plus A, UV sphere, G to move, X to move it here. Alt plus E, extrude individual faces and extrude it like this. S to scale and scale it like this. Add another UV sphere, Shift plus A, UV sphere, G to move, X to move and move it to here. Select this face and make it the active object. Select, check a deselect, this will deselect everything. Alt plus E, extrude individual faces and extrude it like this. Add another one, Shift plus A, UV sphere, G to move, X to move and move it to here. Select this one, select, check a deselect, Alt plus E, extrude faces along normals. This is going to extrude it like this. As you can see, we got another one looking like this. Now add another UV sphere, Shift plus A, UV sphere, G to move, X to move and move it to here. Now select this face loop, Alt left click on this edge, Shift Alt and left click on this edge, Alt plus E, extrude faces along normals and extrude it like this. Shift plus A, another UV sphere, G to move, X to move and move it to here. Select this, Shift select this, then E to extrude, S to scale, Shift Z to not scale among Z axis and scale it like this. Now S to scale and scale it to here. Now it's looking good. Now add another one, Shift plus A, UV sphere, G to move, X to move it to here. We're gonna select these face loops. So Alt left click this one, Shift Alt left click this one. This one, select this one. That's good for us because we will not have any double vertices. So Alt plus E, extrude faces along normals and extrude it like this. Now add another one, Shift plus A, UV sphere, G to move, X to move. Move it here, select this one, Shift to select these rest of the ones. Now Alt plus E, extrude faces along normals and extrude it inwards like this. S to scale and scale it like this to make something that will look like this. Now we're gonna add a cube, Shift plus A, cube, G to move, X to move and move it to here. Period key in the numpad to zoom into that cube. We're gonna add some loop cuts, Control plus R, increase to 4, left click, right click. Control plus R, increase to 4, left click, right click. Go to face selection mode, select this face, shift to select these faces like this. Alt plus E, extrude manifold and extrude it like this. Now G to move, Y to move and place it here. Turn on snapping, change it to vertex. G to move, Y to move and place it like this. Select all using a key, press M in the keyboard by distance. This will remove any double vertices. So select this face, shift to select these faces. Alt plus E, extrude manifold, extrude it to here, control and left click here. So you can see it's going to extrude it like this. Now select this one, shift to select these ones. Alt plus E, extrude manifold and place the mouse cursor here by pressing Ctrl. Then go here. Alt plus E, extrude manifold, Ctrl and place it here. Alt plus E, extrude manifold, extrude it to here. Alt plus E, extrude manifold and extrude it like this. Now we got an interesting looking cube like this. I don't know what this is, but it's looking good. Go to X-ray mode, select this all, press EM in the keyboard by distance. This will remove if there are any double vertices. Now it's looking good. Now we're gonna make a leaf shape. Go to object mode, Shift plus A, image, reference. Gonna add a leaf texture. I'm gonna move it to here. You can download these textures from textures.com if you want. I'm gonna remove the rotation by pressing Alt plus R in the keyboard. Now we need to add a plane. Place a 3D cursor here. Shift right click. Shift plus A, mesh plane. This is gonna add a plane. Go to edit mode using tab. Select these vertices by going to vertex selection mode, shift to select this one, press X in the keyboard, select the vertices. Only this vertex will remain. Go to top view using numpad 7. We're gonna model this leaf. So select this vertex, G to move, place it here, select this vertex, then control right click here. This is going to extrude that vertex as you can see like this. Control right clicking will extrude that vertex like this as you can see. This is easier than pressing E all the time. Now we need to join these two vertices. So select these two vertices, press F in the keyboard to fill that. Then select all using a key, then press F in the keyboard to fill that face. Now if we go to solid mode and turn this off, as you can see, if I go to object mode and select this and press H in the keyboard, we'll get a face like this. As you can see, select this one, go to edit mode. Don't have any thickness right now, so go to face selection mode, select this, E to extrude, extrude it like this. Now go to here and change it to median point, S to scale and scale it a little. Now E to extrude again, S to scale and scale it a little small. Now we get an interesting looking leaf shape like this, as you can see. Now go to object mode. Now we got all these objects in our scene like this. You can experiment with these extrude options if you want. So have fun. If you like this video so far, please give a like to this video in the bottom. And if you're new to this channel and you want to get more videos like this, you can subscribe to this channel using the subscribe button at the bottom. And if you want to get notified while I release new videos, you can press the bell icon below. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye for now.